What is up, guys, and welcome to the video. Hope you are well wherever in the world you are watching this from. Don't forget, today we got the watch along at 1:30 p.m. as Forest take on West Ham United at the City Ground. First match in 23 years in the Premier League. Cannot wait for it. So if you're not going to the match, make sure you tune along. The link is in the description below. Coming up on today's video, we've got so much to talk about. Two confirmed signings, one to be confirmed today. Two new links, two new links if you like, one of which is one of the ones we all want, and that will be coming up, and it is getting closer. I'll talk about it in a little bit. And the other new link is this guy. Anyway, let's get into it. Before we do, as always, don't forget, give the video a quick like, subscribe if you're new, put notifications on, blah blah blah, you know the deal. And of course, you can support the members channel by just hitting the join button down below. For 99p, it really does help and support, and thank you to all of those who have joined. Okay, we're gonna start with Maupay. Apparently that's how you pronounce it. That's one new thing I've learned about him since last night. This deal looks very likely that it's gonna go through. Pretty much agreed at 15 mil, including add-ons. I've said what I've had to say about him yesterday. The only thing I want to add is this. As soon as he puts a red shirt on, I will back him. He is not even on my list of choices, let alone being bottom of the list. But I will back any player who's playing on that pitch. So let me get that clear to you guys, because I've had some weird messages about, oh, I can't wait to message you back once he proves how good he is to you. Good, do it. Well, do you guys forget, or some of you forget, that I support this team and I want them to win? What these opinions are my opinions, and that's that. If you agree with them, cool. If you don't, cool. Share your opinions. That's the whole point of this channel, my God. Anyway, so he is going to be finalized very shortly. I probably don't expect to see this finished till Monday or Tuesday, and then officially announced a couple of days later. But if you want to give me your thoughts on him, you know the place to do it, but down below in the comments. Let's move on and talk about the ones that have now been confirmed. Emmanuel Dennis the Menace, a £20 million deal made up from, I believe, somewhere between 12.5 to 15 in upfront cash, and then 5 to 7.5 million in add-ons. And this guy's a perfect example. At the start of the window, he wasn't top of my list, but I researched him more. I looked through his footage. I watched some old Watford games. I saw him at the start of the season, and you know what? He's going to bring a lot to Forest. So I'm very, very, very happy with this one. He can play out on the left, or he can play in the middle. He's versatile. And look at those chiseled arms, man. If only I had a chiseled arm like his, maybe I wouldn't have got injured. But I don't think we'll see him today. He didn't sign in time for the 12 p.m. registration deadline on Friday just gone. So that's kind of a good thing, because they'll give him a week to get on the training pitch, get Cooper in his head, and then maybe we'll see him in some form in the Everton match next week. Now, with this, I think, and the other signings that we've made, there could be a potential of a formation change. We've had a lot of talks about it in the streams that I've done and everything like that, but I wanted to have a quick chat about it now. So does this trigger a formation change? Potentially. When you look at it, we're saying 5 strikers. I think we might go to a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. We got Kouyaté, who I'll talk about in a minute as well. We could do a single pivot with 2 box-to-boxes in front of him, or you could do a double pivot with a cam in front of him and then 3 up front. There's all kinds of options, and I like that. I like the idea if Cooper's looking to explore different formations. What we don't want to happen is the predictability from last season. Here come Forest. What are they going to do? Oh, they're going to attack down the right through Spence and Johnson. Very easy. You do that in the Premier League, you're going to get found out. Even, you know, with the greatest quality that we did have down the right wing, there are ways to choke it out. So I think with the signings in mind that he's made, and this is just me talking, that I think there's going to be potentially, maybe not starting with a new formation, maybe partway through a match he looks to switch it up with substitutions or whatever. And maybe if this 5-3-2 or 3-5-2, whatever you want to call it, starts to force us too deep into our own half, he's going to have to take out one of the defenders and put an extra body in midfield. Don't know, but let me know your thoughts. But like I mentioned, let's move on to the next signing that is signed, sealed, and delivered. Kouyaté was confirmed last night, just slightly after Dennis was, and this guy's coming in on a free transfer on a 2-year deal, I believe. Now, 32 years old, bags of Prem experience, bags of experience at controlling games in the middle. He's going to be a good signing, and it's a no-brainer. It's a free transfer for a position where we don't actually have an out-and-out CDM, so it makes complete logical sense to me on this one. Pleased to see him in. Again, I don't think he registered pre-12 o'clock, so we may not see him until Everton next week. However, I don't think he's going to be the guy who starts week in, week out. I see him more as an away day style player who's going to get, gritty in that midfield, making sure that we're winning the ball and keeping the ball on a tough away match. So my thoughts on it, I think it's a great signing. Not too much more to add, really. Most of you guys already know a lot about him anyway, but he will add some steel into that midfield, which we definitely need. Remo Freuler is still at deal done stage with the medical complete. There's a couple of nitty gritties that just need to be signed off, but I expect him to be announced, if not today, tomorrow. So no problems there. I've had a few messages from some of you guys saying, is everything okay with it? It's absolutely fine from my understanding. Just getting the T's crossed and the I's dotted, as the saying goes. So again, there was rumors that he was actually registered on Friday. I was believing them, but at the moment, seeing that he's not been announced and Dennis and Kouyaté have been announced, I think there's still just a couple more little things that are being ironed out. But he is definitely going to be our next signing, I hope. I hope it's not Maupay, but anyway. So yeah, he's coming in. Real strength now in the midfield. I think the midfield part of our team is now one creative player away from being complete. A Morgan Gibbs-White or an AOUAR, we are done with that midfield. To be honest, once we get that creative midfielder who's going to give either a backup option or competition to Jesse Lingard. Now remember, Jesse Lingard can play out on the left and he spent most of his career doing that. So we still do need a bit of creativity in the midfield. Maybe one more left back and maybe one more centre back. And I say, job done. Perfect window. Well done, boys. You've put your money where your mouth is. You've backed the coach. Let's get on and now hand it over to Cooper and make sure he gets us where we need to be this season. So those are the updates as well. There's one final one we need to go through, which is a bit of a weird one, but let's talk you through it. Now, the reason I say this is a bit of a weird one is because, one, I really love this player. But secondly, we've got him growing on trees at the moment in Forest. But boy, would I love this player to come in. Djibril Sow, for those of you who don't know, is a central midfielder, box-to-box player. Yes, box-to-box player. Yet another one. But absolute quality box-to-box player who would walk into that Forest midfield right now. However, I'm not questioning the transfer strategy at the moment. I'm just wondering, Forest in Europe or something, is there a new cup competition that I'm unaware of? Because yes, we need depth, but there's depth and then there's depth. I want us to get this guy. Like, I'm going to sound so hypocritical here because he's absolutely outstanding. He's going to cost us about 20 million euros. The links are there. What do you guys say to him? I mean, not only is he box to box, but he's really good at both ends of the box to box, if you know what I mean. Really good at tracking back, breaking up the play, getting forward as well, and has a touch of creativity to him as well. You could almost say he's a younger version of Freuler. Now, can this happen? Yes. Are we going to run out of room? I mean, we can only register 25 players. It's a crazy window. It's a crazy window. But new transfer link for you. It's an absolute nightmare trying to keep up with all of these and then report them all to you. But boy, do I like this guy. Let me know your thoughts down below. All right, I'm just struggling to keep up. I really am. And this is the one I've been waiting for, and it's time to get excited. Yes, I was negative yesterday. Yes, I've been negative up and down during this video, but Forest are getting close to Hwang AOUAR. And if this guy comes, go and sign Maupay. Go sign his mum, his grandma, his daughter, his freaking pet dog for all I care. As long as this guy comes into the club, do what you want. So the links are very, very well sourced. That my boy here is getting very, very close to signing for Nottingham Forest. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm going to go like loopy and overexcited and everything. But I will keep you updated as it progresses. But it literally is breaking as we speak. Do you want him? And if we get him, do you think this is the end of MG Dub going to Forest? I think it is, but if it is, what a replacement. What a replacement. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, and finally, very quickly, just to round things off, Hwang is going to sign Forest for about £3.4 million. He is then going to be loaned out to Olympiacos, so not that interesting for us at the moment. So just thought I'd give it to you alongside the other million things we've covered today. We're going to wrap it up there, boys. We'll be with you in roughly an hour's time for the big match. Get your predictions in the description down below. Let me think. Well, tell me how many you think Forest are going to win, but I don't want to hear no more West Ham's are going to win. So, thank you for watching, guys. Before you leave, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new, join the membership. If you want to support us, it's 99p, and we will see you in an hour for the watch along. Come on, you Reds.